Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about all the makeup brushes that I really like to use right now. I have a couple ones for your face and I have a couple for, well, I have a good bit of ones for your eyes. So I'm going to be kind of showing you how I use them, where I use them. I tried to use almost every single one of these today in my makeup look before I filmed this. So hopefully this will be really helpful and you go out and you can get some brushes that you think you might need. The first brush I used after I put on my foundation was this e.l.f. brush. I got this at Walmart. It's really neat. It's like kind of tapered on the sides and flat, so it has a lot of distance but not much depth here, and it's really dense, so it packs on a really good amount of product. So where I put this is I just kind of put my darkest contour shade right in here and kind of pat it around a little bit, and this just packs on a lot of product. So when you first apply with this, it's really dark, so you have to be careful, but this is amazing. It's just their contour brush, so that one is a favorite at the moment. Then I got this one with my mom gave me this one in she has Mary Kay, so we picked this one out. It came with their powder foundations that are really nice and pigmented, but I'm more of a liquid girl. So this one I use to buff out my contour and bronze as well. So once I put my contour shade on, then I put my bronzer over it, and when I do this, it'll just buff the two together so that I get that really deep contour in here and the bronzing in that general area. I kind of bring it up all the way across my forehead, down in here, and then just lightly under my chin. So this one's awesome because it's not super dense, but it holds a good amount of product, and it's really nice for blending everything out. It makes it look beautiful, I think. So good job, Mary Kay. Beautiful brush. My next face brush is this one by Luxie. This is a Luxie 512. This is a contouring brush technically, but I do not use this for contouring. I use this to set my under eye with banana powder, and I also wipe it off, and then I will use it to highlight my face. Just kind of see that glow. This is the e.l.f. Baked Blush, but I use this to buff out my highlight shades and also pack underneath my eye. I put banana powder on my eyelid just to set my foundation and my concealer because that's what I use to prime. So I use that and I love it. I got this in my BoxyCharm. I'm not sure which month. I think it was March, but I've loved this brush ever since I got it. So that was awesome. Now on to more of the eye area. Today I use every single one of these except for two of them. So I'll show you the first two that I didn't use. This one I got, this is the Urban Decay Vice Palette brush. This is the 88M54F. So I did get this in my Vice palette that I got, which I love to death. Has two sides to it. This fluffy side is like a crease brush. I love this because it's really, it's dense at the bottom, but it's really light and fluffy on the top. Like you can kind of see through all of the little hairs in there. So it kind of makes blending really easy, and it gives you like a light wash of color in the crease. So if you're not looking for anything too harsh, that is perfect. And then this is kind of like a smudgy brush. I love that part for like underneath my eye, just to kind of buff out any harshness with my eyeshadow that I use. So just kind of rub it back and forth, and it just really buffs it out and makes it more flush with the rest of your under eye. So I really liked this. This was good to come with my Vice palette. Then the other one that I didn't use is my Sephora smudge brush. It's super cute. It's like dome shaped and adorable, and it's awesome because it's really dense. Lots of color can be packed onto this. Plus you can put it in your outer V here, and it really packs on like a dark color. Like if you're looking for that really pretty ombre effect, darkening the outer corner and lightening the inner corner gives your eye that brightened, illuminated kind of almond shape, I guess, so that kind of like what I did here with the lighter on the inside and then kind of darken the outer corner. I didn't use this one, but this one's really great for like small spaces, so do that. And it's good for a cut crease also. If you want to pack a lot of color in the crease, amazing. Then I just recently got this one. This is the e.l.f. I think it's the smudge. No, it's the fluffy crease brush, I believe is what they called it. I'll check online, but this one is amazing. I didn't know if I was going to like this or not because it's really, really dense, and it's kind of scary when you first look at it because you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that in my crease. But it buffs out so nicely. Even though you get a dense amount of color, it really does beautifully buff it out. If you just work with it back and forth, kind of do circular motions and then buff back and forth, it works so well. I love this brush. This is e.l.f.'s tiny little concealer brush. So cute. This one I use underneath my eyebrows just to chisel them out, kind of give me a little bit of a highlight there with my concealer. If I make any mistakes or if my eyebrows aren't even, then I will use this one just to kind of clean up. I also use it to clean up my lipstick lines. If I ever get out of my lipstick or out of my lip line with my lipstick, then I will use this. This is the professional concealer brush, but it's tiny. It's so cute. This has to be my favorite brush ever, of all time, ever, for anything. I don't know. I love eyebrows, and this brush is beautiful. It is the Sephora Angled Eyeliner Brush. So small, so dense. You can pack on a lot of cream product. It's good also for powder products if you're looking to do like a smoky wing liner or even just like a smoky liner in general. This is awesome. I actually use this for my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown to do my eyebrows, and I absolutely love it. And this brush literally makes it so easy to apply, and it digs the tail down where I need it to. It chisels everything out. I love it. So if you don't have a really good angled liner brush, this is the one for you. I love it. This brush is ironically a Wet n Wild brush, and if you've ever been to the drugstore, you know that Wet n Wild is one of those really, really inexpensive brands. Now their stuff used to be like the kind of makeup that you would buy your 5-year-old for dress up, but they are stepping it up. I am loving this brush. This is the eyeliner smudgy brush, I believe. Eyeliner smudge brush or something like that. It's really, I don't know if you can see that. It's like really, really thin. It's like amazing. And I used this under my eyes today just to kind of give myself, not an eyeliner, but just to kind of smoke out my under eye here, under my lashes. And it is so precise and so pretty, and it packs on a lot of color, but you can easily like move it around so that it buffs everything out. And then of course after this, if you still feel like it's a little too harsh, you can go back to your smudgy brush and kind of buff that out too. But this is so nice. Even if you like wet this brush, since the hairs are synthetic, if you wet this brush and then you try to do your eyeliner with it, it would be amazing, and you would have a really nice liquid liner brush for underneath, or even you could probably do it on top too, but I prefer this for the underneath because this is just awesome. Super duper thin, really lightweight, and I think it was $1 at the dollar store. So another Wet n Wild brush that I got recently is this crease brush. It's pretty fluffy. I really, really like this. I was kind of scared because it was so big, and I'm looking at that like, that's huge. But it really does buff out your shadow so nicely, and I can get such a pretty gradient if I just kind of pull, you know, put the additional product here, and then if I just buff it up into my eyebrow area, it literally just creates this seamless fade because it's not too dense, but it's not too fluffy. It's just the perfect right in between for just kind of buffing everything out. And it does pack a lot of density. Like if you have your eye open and you kind of push it into your crease, you can really get a lot of color payoff with this brush. But you don't have to use it like that. You can literally use it as a clean blender brush as well. That would be perfect. Again, Wet n Wild, dollar store, $1. Crazy. I love it. This is my last Wet n Wild brush that I just got. Sorry, it's dirty. I did use all of these brushes today. So this one I love because it's a synthetic concealer brush. So as you can see, it's kind of horseshoe shaped, I guess, like rounded and dome shaped, but it's flat. So you can pack on a good bit of product on here without it being so much that your concealer gets cakey. So I kind of use this just to sweep under my eye, like really, really close, because I have fine lines in here that I've always had and I hate them, and product likes to sink in there. So what I do is after it sinks, I will just run this underneath just to kind of pull some of that excess product out, and then I'll pat in with this brush, my Luxie brush, with the banana powder and kind of set it so that you don't see that creasing in there. So this was really, really nice. I was very impressed. Dollar store, Wet n Wild, love it. I love a lot of things in this video. This is an awesome brush. I don't exactly know what it's called. I think it's been used a lot. I guess it's just a shadow brush. This one is awesome for packing on a lot of color on your lids. I'll just kind of run this from my lid to my brow bone with any like skin colored eyeshadow, and I love it because it's really dense, holds a lot of product, but it buffs it really nicely, and you can just spread it all around, and it's really, really easy. So that's the Sephora shadow brush. This is my other Sephora brush that I got. It's the smudge brush. This is amazing. If you have like gel liner that you kind of want to make smoky, you just kind of run this over it and it'll just kind of smoke it out a little bit. And it's also really good for powder products as well. This one kind of gets a little messy on the under eye if you're not careful, because it is really dense, so it does pack a lot of product. So if you do go under there, I would just lightly, like I literally just tap it in there once into my powder product and then put it under, and you can always build it up. Just be really careful if you're using this on your under eye. It does pack on a lot of product, and you also can kind of smudge your eyeshadow in the V area with this, because it's kind of, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of thin here and wide this way, so it has that really nice tapered end here, and it's nice and dome shaped, so you don't have to worry about a big line going on underneath. So I really, really love this brush too. And last but not least, my lovely Royal and Langnickel. This I got in a BoxyCharm, and it came in a set of 3. The other 2 brushes I am not fond of. They're really hard. I think they're synthetic bristles, but they're just so, I don't know, they're just really, really, I guess the bristles are just hard, and they kind of hurt to use a little bit, so I don't use those ones. But this one I love. It's a lot softer than the other 2, and I use this for shadows that are shimmery or sparkly. So what I'll do is I'll wet this brush. I will stick the wet brush into the powder product, eyeshadow, whatever. Today I used the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Shimma Shimma. I love this brush because it packs on a lot of product. When you do get it wet, since it's synthetic, it kind of holds all the product plus the water, and then it just really, really intensifies any shimmer or glitter product that you put on with this. You can also use MAC Fix Plus, you can use a setting spray, you can use glitter glue with this. I personally just use water because that's what I have preferred. I don't have the MAC Fix Plus, so I love this brush for just packing on those beautiful shimmer and glitter colors. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope this was really, really helpful and you found out a lot about the brushes that I like to use. So please, if you like this video, click that like button down below and also subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more videos and this beautiful background will be changing. So stay tuned for that, and thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! So the first brush that I used after I applied my liquid foundation was this e.l.f. Really, all the time. To everything. It's really good for just kind of when I put my base color down, I'll just kind of run this all over my, like, crease the lid, or lid,